Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and guys, we might have some potential big announcements coming for Dragon Ball. Just in general, we've already talked about pretty much the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour confirmation, the lineup that's going to be at it. Shout out to DBS Hype. He actually posted this very recently, a few hours ago. Battle Hour 2026 description from the official Dragon Ball site. There will be a special stage showcasing the latest information on Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and the Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters. Now, I know you guys don't give a fuck about the Super Card Game Masters, the 3 people that actually play that game. Shout outs to you. You're going to be getting some good shit. Now, the interesting thing, right? And he even says interesting with the eyes emoji, right? And he's not confirming anything. DBS Hype isn't teasing anything. He doesn't know anything. I mean, maybe he does. I don't know. But he's not going to, spoil anything or, anything major, right? We don't know what this is going to be. This could be absolutely nothing, or it could be something major. Now, we're going to go on the official website, right? And I'm going to read everything because they're gassing this up. They are glazing the fuck out of this. And obviously, that's their job, right? They're going to try to hype it up, right? And we're not, foreign to this happening with Dragon Ball. I think as Dragon Ball fans, we are so used to being teased and hyped up. And then when it actually comes to the announcement, it ends up being absolute bullshit, right? It's like something stupid or nothing, exciting. The people in Japan, they love to hype us up. And then it ends up being stupid shit, right? But it's really interesting that they're saying a special stage showcasing the latest information, and it's just Dragon Ball, right? They're just saying like a very general topic here. Dragon Ball, not like a specific game, anime, manga, nothing, right? Now, they do specify the other two, right? Dragon Ball FighterZ and the Super Card Game Masters. Now, I'm really not expecting them to announce new content for FighterZ, but it is not out of the question. It is not out of the question at all. They have said time and time again, we're done with this game. There are no more updates, blah, blah, blah. You know how many times I've seen video game companies and developers say that shit? And then it's because it's just so popular. People want more content. They want to see more from it. And it ends up getting new content or like new DLC or like even a sequel, right? Who knows? What if they announce Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 or a sequel to this game that just does some crazy shit to improve it, or they announce like some special edition, right, of the original game and then say, by the way, there's also a new season pass coming, okay? A good example, and I know there are many other games that, have better examples, but I'm just thinking of the one that comes to mind at first is Pirate Warriors 4, right? One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 was on a very long hiatus of DLC, if I recall correctly. And then, whenever it got closer to the Gear 5 reveal in the anime and everything, they announced a new season. I think it was past number 2 or 3 or something like that. And then, again, they're doing it again, right? They took a very long break, almost, I would say, over a year, a 2-year break from making content. And they announced another season pass with that, fucking, what was it, they did a hero vote type of thing. They allowed the fans to vote for the next DLC characters, and they, revealed it. Is his name Lucci, whatever his name is? Again, I haven't watched One Piece yet. I will definitely get into that. But that's like the next DLC character that's supposed to come, I think, this month, right? So that's just an example of a game that goes on a very long break of new content and updates, right? And then out of nowhere, they're like, by the way, we got new DLC coming. Like, okay. FighterZ could do that. FighterZ could absolutely do that. And again, I know they said, we're done with it. And I know this, there's some like weird relationship problem between Bandai and, Arc System Works. And Arc System Works is focusing, I think, on that Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls or whatever the fuck the game's name is, right? By the way, I didn't get in the beta, so I'm going to cry about that. If you guys got in the beta, I hope you, genuinely, I hope you do enjoy it because I didn't see many people get in, right? There are a lot of people that got in, right? But I'm talking about, because it's a closed beta, but I digress. I'm just yapping. This is actually really interesting to see that they're specifying this. So we're going to go on the site, and obviously they have all the games in the lineup and everything that is going to be at this. Again, it's over the weekend. So let's read this. There will be a wide variety of content on display at the event. Now this is, they just posted this, right? Excuse me, I'm still getting some coughing and shit. They literally just posted this recently. This is, days after the official reveal and everything. This was, I think, I want to say like a few hours ago they posted this. So this will be the 6th Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour. Dragon Ball manga, anime, movies, games, figures, toys, etc. Now, I think that's just a generalization that they're not saying that they're going to reveal manga, anime, and movie stuff. I don't think that's... It's Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour. However, right? However, they also use this event to announce new shit or show new shit in terms of just Dragon Ball in general, okay? Even though it is Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, this event is also kind of like a way for them to reveal the latest information on the series as a whole, right? This event was started with the aim of allowing fans from all over the world to experience the latest information and appeal of all content. This time, now this is bold text, this time through the event, we will deliver content packed with the current state of Dragon Ball to people all over the world. Now, listen to this. On an unprecedented scale, with unprecedented content. They are gassing this shit up. You think I'm a glazer? You think I'm a gasser? What is this description, dog? Like, y'all saying you about to reveal, like, the fucking anime season 2, Moral Arc, Granola Saga, a new movie, like, fucking Jesus is coming back, and we're getting new content up the ass. Like, what is this fucking description? We're getting Xenoverse 3, FighterZ 2, Dragon Ball Breakers 2. Nobody give a fuck about that. Nobody wants that. You all can keep Dragon Ball the Breakers 2. Dragon Ball Super Kakarot, Sparking 0, 2. We're getting Sparking 1, right? What is that shit, bro? I'm not getting my hopes up because I've seen them gas this shit up for stuff all the time. They always say some crazy shit, but I definitely would not miss this event for the world, bro. Like, you want to be there to see, because you never know. You never know. There's always that, like, 0.00001% chance they show some crazy ass shit. This event, they've shown crazy ass shit. You guys remember the Tenkaichi reveal, aka Sparking Zero. We didn't know the name right? And I'm using that as an example of, like, one of the reveals, like a big major reveal that, like, nobody was really expecting a brand new game, because I think that was the first time they revealed a brand new game there. There were no leaks. There was no Summer Game Fest type of thing or, like, Game Awards. I mean, obviously, eventually they showed it. But this Battle Hour was the first reveal, the first ever event that showed the first ever content or even just teaser of a brand new game, right? So now we know, after that happened, we know this event, they don't fuck around, right? I mean, sometimes they do. But, like, it was crazy because that Battle Hour 2023, which is where Tenkaichi 4, aka Sparking Zero, got revealed, that was the most mid-event, I thought. I thought they weren't going to have anything. I was like, they're not teasing anything. They're not, announcing anything. Like, there's nothing for, like, Xenoverse or, like, FighterZ or anything. Like, what is this? Like, this is kind of boring. Like, and I was just kind of, like, yeah, I'll watch a couple of things, maybe wait and see if they reveal something for Legends or the mobile games. And then I was just sitting there, and I think it was after, like, Legends or the card game. And then they just said, by the way, we got something we want to show you guys. And they played the fucking trailer, and I was like, oh, it's a Budokai Tenkaichi collection. We're finally getting it. Like, that was, to me, that was very hype. I was like, oh my God, like, this is actually major. They're bringing this back, and they're making it, HD on the consoles. And then it transitioned to a whole fucking new model of Goku and shit. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't think I'll ever get to recreate a moment like that in my entire life. Like, it's going to be very hard. Xenoverse 3 is the only game that could do that, and that's only if it doesn't get leaked or anything, right? But yeah, there will be a special stage showcasing the latest information on Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters, various tournaments for Fusion World, Super Card Game Digital. Now, it's interesting, it's a special stage for FighterZ, but they're not confirming a tournament. I still assume that there is a tournament. I don't know why they're not showing that there, but FighterZ should be part of a tournament because I think it's qualifiers for France Evo or something like that. The latest games include Gekushin Squadra and Sparking Zero, which we already had our confirmation of that on the Bandai Namco European website. It said the same thing right here. Yeah. Events will also include booths, exhibits, merchandise sales, as well as stage events, notably featuring Gekushin Squadron and Sparking Zero. So those are also getting stage events. Xenoverse 2 seems to not be getting a stage event. I think they might just drop a trailer or like an announcement there. We'll see. I hope. But yeah, they also do say on here as well, just to double down on it, created with the ambition of sharing the latest news and announcements on the Dragon Ball universe, right? Again, that's just everything, right? That's the games that could, I'm not saying it could be anime, movie related. I mean, anime and movie are in the same like kind of category, like a new animated story, basically, right? But I wouldn't get my hopes up, but it's just interesting that they're gassing it up that way, right? So there will be a wide variety of content on display, including stage featuring various Dragon Ball games, booth displays, and merchandise, right? So, look at this. This is our confirmation, the lineup. I would only focus on these games. I don't see why they would announce anything else that's not part of it. So Breakers and Kakarot, I think, are the only games that are not part of this, right? We have Sparking Zero, FighterZ, Xenoverse 2, Gekishin Squadra, Legends, and Dokkan Battle. So a good even split. We have 3 console games and 3 mobile games, right? Gekishin Squadra, you can count as a console game, but it's mainly a mobile game the way that they're doing things, right? So card games, yeah, they're all the same shit. Event will be streamed on the YouTube channel, right? Look at this. Details of exhibit content for each title will be announced at a later date. Stay tuned. Moreover, so yeah, we're gonna be getting. They're gonna be like feeding us more information as time goes on. I don't know how long until we get the next bit of information, but we have a long way. It's very interesting. This might be the earliest that they ever revealed a battle hour that's going to be this far away. We still have like 7-8 months until this shit starts, right? So Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2024 did have a Daima special panel. I don't remember there being anything super crazy or major. I think they might have had a little trailer. I could be wrong about that, but I think there was a trailer at 2024. There was also Sparking Zero, but we know that they're going to announce, big games and stuff there. But yeah, this is just an example of anime-related content, right? Like at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, Dragon Ball Games, they had Daima anime info, right? So that's interesting. Now, if I recall correctly, this has been the only time that they've done that. I don't think they did anything for superhero. And obviously Broly was, I don't think Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour was a thing at that time. I think they started it in what? Like 2020, I think, right? 2020 is when they did the first Battle Hour, if I recall correctly. Because they said there's a 6th one, so it's going to be 2026. But yeah, just an example that, there was some anime-related content, right? And then obviously 2023 was a huge reveal, the first ever, time that we got a actual video game announcement that was never shown anywhere else. They didn't even drop the trailer on the official Bandai Namco website. You had to tune into this event, watch this entire shit. I mean, you didn't have to watch the whole thing, right? But most people were sitting there, watching the whole thing, and then they just, pulled this out of their ass out of nowhere, right? Which is crazy. Look at this. Video is fucking private too, man. They privated that shit. The only time you can watch that little teaser reveal trailer is like, I guess, on their Twitter, or the thousands and millions of people who re-uploaded it, right? So, let's talk about FighterZ. If there's new content being shown, who do you think would be a DLC character? Now, this is a very, very old thing that I made. When I thought, I was like, yeah, we're getting new content. We're getting a FighterZ Pass 4. There's no way. Because we had Beast Gohan and all that shit. And I was like, we don't need to have Omega Shenron. Like, what's going on, right? Now, obviously, I would change this up. I think Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, if they do a FighterZ Pass 4, 100% they have to be in it, right? Now that Daima is a thing, I think Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku also would have to be in this as well. Now, I actually did have Super Saiyan 4 Goku on this list, as you can see from the silhouette, but that is just GT Goku, right? Now, we already have a GT Goku that transforms in the Super Saiyan 4 via his, like, level 3 or whatever the fuck it is, right? I think they would choose the Daima one over the GT one because they already have a GT Kid Goku that does that, right? So if we do get a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it's likely going to be the Daima. And usually they do 5 characters for a pass, so I think that's pretty realistic for 4 of them. Now, who would the last character be, right? We have 2 from Superhero, 2 from Daima. So it would either have to be Dragon Ball Super or GT. Now, obviously, there could be like a Z-related character as well, but I think Omega Shenron would make a lot of sense. They could also do Pan. Like I have on this list, I have Omega Shenron and Pan. So this was Superhero, and then the rest were GT characters, right? I feel like Pan, she is just such a important character in GT that they would do that. And it's because she would be very unique. She would probably have Giru as like part of her moveset, right? And then she could do some cool shit. But I don't know, man. There's so many characters. They could have future Gohan. They could have Raditz. They could have, you know, some of the other movie characters, right? They have Cooler and Broly. So who would be like the next? Oh, Tapion. I think Tapion is a pretty popular choice just because, you know, he uses a sword. He's a little bit more unique, right? So we have that. Turles. They could do him. Lord Slug's not very popular. Android 13 and maybe Bojack. Bojack could work. He's not super popular, but I feel like he's more popular than probably like Garlic Jr. and Dr. Wheelo and shit. Like, they ain't gonna do that, right? Movie characters are like the only other characters that they could do from like Z, right? But yeah, there are a lot of possibilities for DLC. Like FighterZ, they have a lot to catch up on ever since they stopped making content after, I mean, what was the last DLC character? It was Labcoat 21. And that was what, like 2023, 2024 they released her? So, I mean, we haven't gotten any content other than that. Like, there's been no superhero. Oh, the Gammas. Yeah, the Gammas could work as well. So maybe, actually, that would actually be better. Gohan Beast, Orange Piccolo, Gamma 1 and 2, Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. That's a solid fighter pass, bro. Fighter's pass. I would shit my pants if they announced season 4 and those were the 5 characters. That would be immaculate. That's like everyone that I could ever ask for. I mean, obviously Omega Shenron people want. I think he would be cool, but hey, give me those 5 that I just listed, and that's perfection, right? That's immaculate. But yeah, guys, you do not want to miss this event. Regardless of what they announce there, it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. There will be announcements for, you know, at least one of the games that you guys play, right? FighterZ, something. What is it? Dragon Ball? What if there's a new anime or a movie, right? And again, in collaboration with Capsule Corporation, Tokyo, Shueisha, and Toei Animation. What are they cooking? What are they cooking? All right, guys. Peace out. Have a great day.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.